Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your favorite girl Tessie here as always, and today I'm back again with another video for you and you. So if this is your first time coming here, you're welcome. You're definitely on the right channel. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, turn your post notification bell on, and if you're a old subscriber or you're a returning, thank you for coming back. Thank you so much for always tuning in. So guys, today on my last video that I posted, I told you guys that I was going to share the story of how I was living with my grandma. You get. So today's video is basically me saying the beat, or the, it's not even beat, a lot of things that I remember. So staying with my grandma, stuff like that. Okay, so I have my lollipop as a grandma's baby. There I am. Okay, so I don't know how everyone experience like some have good grandmas, some have the ones that are very strict, but my own, as we get into the video, you're gonna discover, or you know, the kind of person my grandma was. The reason why I'm saying was, it's because she's no more alive. Okay, so let's just dive into the story. So as I was told by my grandma, so I was brought to my grandma when I was barely a year old. I wasn't even up to a year when my parents gave me to my grandma. My dad took me to my grandma. So basically, some might be wondering, why did your dad take you to? That might maybe be another story. It will be another story. It's a very long story, okay? So I thought, the reason I'm sharing this with you guys, because I thought that being we're family, I think you guys should know like more about me. You get. So I was given to my grandmom when I was barely a year old. Then I started living with my grandmom told me that when my dad brought me to her, my dad was like, this is my child. And he left the next morning. Okay, it was the grandma. How come? How am I going to take care of this child? So my dad was like, if this child survives, it's yours. If he doesn't, it's always, let's leave it like that. You get. So he left, and my grandma was there taking care of me. She said then she has finished giving birth. You get. My grandmom last one is older than me, more, let me say 16 or 17 years. Okay, so she had to find a way for her breast to start flowing again. She was thinking that I was still sucking. Okay, then according to my mom, I stopped sucking even before 7 months. Yeah, so she started a way that I could start sucking, which happened eventually. She said I started sucking again, and yeah, because I was lacking the mother figure in my life, I was always very, very, very sick. Yeah, so yeah, sickness and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna jump to the part that I can remember. Yeah, so my grandmom is a person that she does not use me play with anyone. Again, because of the things that happened to me when I was younger. So I was speaking, my first language, as you heard, was Agbo Eka language, because that's where I grew up. I knew her. I looked to my grandmama as my mom, as my dad. I thought she was my mom until she told me that I'm your grandmom and your father is my child. You get. So we used to live in my uncle's house. So I sleep with my grandmom in the same room. I go with my grandmom to the farm. So when we go to the farm, Always, if you know those, like, if you actually went to farm in Nigeria, there is, when in the farm there is a hut that is meant for relaxing, for eating, you get. So anytime we go to the farm, I'm always there sleeping. My grandmom will be working in the farm. Then when it's time to eat, she will, maybe 1 hour before food, she will come, because she will cook in the farm there. She will put the food on the fire and tell me if there's no fire on the on, if the fire is not catching anymore, put wood. Okay, so that's how our farm life was. I was always enjoying. I wasn't even going to farm. Yeah, going to farm, you have to work, but I wasn't. So I would just eat, sleep, then maybe come out to play, start using stick to flog the cassava stems, those children play. So that's how it has always been, to a point that when my grandmom is plant, maybe she wants to plant corn or melon, she will ask me, when she dig a hole, she will tell me put 4 or 3 seeds of corn. So I will always do that. But when it gets to a time that I'm tired, she said put 4, I'll put like 7 there. I'll just pack it and cover the ground, leave there. You get me? So my grandmom was very, very overprotective of me, very, very overprotective. She took me as her child, not even a grandchild. I was exceptional from every of her grandchild, everything differently. We used to live, my auntie's house, that is my grandmom's daughter's house, was close to my uncle's house, which we were living in. So her children always come to our house, and I always go to her house. Yeah, she used to go to that. My auntie used to go to Onitsha market. Yeah, so anytime she's going to the market, and before she will go to her house, you have to pass her house. If we see her, my grandma will like, okay, go to their house. Okay, if they buy anything, eat anything you can there. After you finish eating, come back to the house. Yeah, but the day they will go to the farm and bring cassava to peel or to any work at all, if I'm going, my grandma will like, no, don't go. If you go, they will tell you to pick cassava, they will tell you to walk, come back. My grandmom does not. If me and my cousins we are playing and my cousins try to hurt me, or children play, I cry, my grandmom is ready to beat that child and tell the child, go to your mother or go to your mother's house, don't come here again. Yeah, like I said in the video, when I broke my leg, it was my cousin that was riding the bicycle when I broke my leg. My grandmom did not take it lightly with either the child nor the parents. They spent a lot. I could remember vividly where they spent a lot. Even when we go to Benin to visit my cousins, my grandmother, me and my grandma were like this. My grandmother is always overprotective of me. Even the children used to ask, wait, is it not the same way my children are your grandchildren? Tessie as well is your grandchild. Why is she being exceptional? Why are you treating her different? She will tell you, don't go there. You get. So my grandmom was, I used to see her as my mom, my dad, my sister, everything. She was very, my grandmom she do go to church, but the day she can't go to church, she will make sure that I go to church. She gives me offering to go to church. Again, when I go to school, my grandma makes food. That woman, it's so painful that she died. My grandma died when I was 9 years old. She died in May. She died in March. Very, very, very painful. A month after my 9 years birthday. Yeah, so you guys know my age now. My grandmom died 2009, a month after my 9 years birthday. So obviously I was 9 years then when she died. It was really, really tough for me because I've lived all my life with her. When we go to, even when we go to her brother's house, the way she tell them, and you have to, my grandmom can stay in hunger for me to eat. When maybe we don't have anything to eat, because my grandmom, we never lacked anything because she did farm. Her farm is, she has everything: yam, cassava, what melon, corn. She has plantain at the back of her house, bananas, even pepper. The things we buy from the market, only things we buy from the market is fish and meat, maybe some vegetables. You get. That's what my grandma had everything. That's why even there was a time that I can still remember none of her children was even there to take care of her. She wasn't even bothered. We weren't lacking anything because she had everything. You get me? When it's time to start cultivating, my grandma will hire guys, boys, rent guys to weed the farm. She will cook. She do cook for them. Then she will make white rice and beans together, then stew. They like living with my grandma was really, really, really fun. I missed her so much. So me here, the kind of sickness is not May sickness that it was terrible to the point that, you know, in Nigeria when children die, they just put the child in a carton or wrap it and bury the child. It got to that extent 3 times. It happened 3 different times, but I'm still here, living strong and healthy. All glory to God. My grandma used to tell me that you can't die. She used to tell me, you then, you know, then everyone knew me as baby. Nobody knew my name as Tess. It was when I reconnected with my mom that she told me that my name was Tess. Yeah. So that is another story. I'm gonna give you guys the story how I reconnected with my mom. Okay, everything. So, baby, you can't die. As far as those sicknesses could not take your life, you cannot die. 3 times tried to bury you, you did not die. There's no how you die again. Then she gave me a name, Onyero, meaning who thought, who thought I would be here. You get, it's just the will of God. My grandma was a beautiful woman, exceptional, hardworking, tolerant. My grandmom, she was everything. You get, she's she teaches. She's not the kind of grandmoms that grandparents. You get, they'll pamper you, but you will not learn anything. She taught me so many things. My grandmom taught me as young as I was. When my grandmom is cooking, she will always bring everything. When I was younger, okay, everything that she will use to cook to the kitchen. But when I got to a stage, my grandmom will tell you, go and bring oil, go and bring salt. Then I will just be angry. What kind of thing is this? Let's bring everything. I will always be there when she's cooking. She will say, put salt, put this, put that. Okay, as young as I was, it got to a stage that I used to follow my friends too. Like, my grandma is always scared. I don't want you to go, but I will sneak out of the house, follow my friends to the bush to go search for snails. But when she comes back, I went twice, but she was really angry, so I stopped. I also left the house with my friends, fetch firewood. But when she came back, She was really, really angry. Yeah. So she has never allowed me to go to the bush alone. Because I was young, you get. I wasn't even up to 8 years. So she didn't allow me. My grandmom taught me how to make so many dishes, so many food, as young as I was. And I'm so grateful to God that I can still remember so many things. My grandmom taught me that before you cook, even if forget the time it is, morning, afternoon, evening, as soon as she enters the kitchen, she will first sweep that kitchen. She will sweep the kitchen before she will start cooking. You know why? She will tell you that something might fall on the floor that you might want to use again to cook. But if the ground is dirty, there's no. We cook every day. If the food is too much, maybe till the next day, we cook every day. We cook different dishes, different food, different. She was a great cook, good one. And I had, will I say aunties? Are they aunties or cousins that lived? A cousin that lived with her. She was a witch. I have a lot of stories that I have to tell. Me leaving my grandma. If I say I should start saying everything here, the video will be too long. You get? Then there was a time she pushed me from the stairs, and I had issues with my side ribs. My grandmom chased her out of the house. You have to get out. You can't kill this child in my hand. You cannot. You get? So, even when I was in the village, my classmates, children use leg to go to school. But at the beginning, my grandma used to use bicycle to take me to school. Then later, she told a bike man every morning to be taking me to school. I was living fine, good with her. So I had so much memories, too many memories. I was pampered and trained in the right way. She taught me right things, okay? Not just pampering you and letting you go astray. No, you cannot stay in my grandmom's house a day without beating. You will not even eat. She's not dirty. Yeah, you cannot stay in a house without it. I was young. I was already washing my undies, my singlet, little clothes that my hand could carry. My grandma will be washing the clothes. We'll just sit. She'll give me my own bowl to wash my own. If it's not clean, she'll tell you wash it again. Yeah, she was a great teacher. She did a very good job. I am an example of great works that she has done in this life. Yes, I am an evidence of the things she did. So guys, this is just the short of a summary of my 9 years living with my grandmom. Okay, so if you want to hear another story about my life, how I connected with my dad, how I connected with my mom, just let me know in the comment section and I will bring it to you. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like this video, share, subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye. Mwah, mwah, mwah.